Welcome to the Nanticoke, Lenni, Lenape Tribal Nations Native Power Hour, a public humanities broadcast. I'm Linda Little Bright Star Jackson, your host, and this is the native voice of Lenape Hoken and the Nanticoke, Lenni, Lenape Tribal Nation. I hope that you enjoy this episode.
As we walk around here, we just think of this one and that one that we've seen in past years. So I have the honor, and I really feel so happy and blessed to be able to present this to you. And at the end, after the service, you purchase flowers that have your name on. Come up and take your flower. So I'm going to read them all. In memory, beloved by all, submitted by Tyrone Ellis, Pow Wow Chair, Bruce Stonefish, Perry Logan, Emily Jeffries, John Jacobs, Billy Tyack, Pat Roselle, Kevin Tarrant, Chief Dick Gilbert, Clark Oxidon, Leon Locklear, Keno Kelly, Arletta Hill, Jay Pierce, submitted by the Gould family, Wilbur C. Gould in loving memory by Gould family, Marion Gould in loving memory by Gould family, Pastor Roy Bundy, beloved by all, the Gould family, Kevin Cuff, submitted by Tyrone, Leah, and family, Blake Harmon, submitted by Tyrone, Leah, and family, Blake Harmon Jr., submitted by Tyrone, Leah, and family, Mandy Harmon, submitted by Tyrone, Leah, and family, Warren and Linda Harmon, submitted by Dorian, Diana Savoy, submitted by Shannon, Ralph and Phyllis Carter, submitted by Shannon. In memory, Luther Pierce, submitted by Elizabeth and Mickey McGuire. In memory of our son, Christopher Durham, by Nellie and Carl Durham. In memory of husband, Preston H. Hines, Betty Ann and Lois Hines. In memory of Jay Pierce, beloved by all, submitted by Gail Gould. In memory of Perry Luton, Ivan Morris Yearsley. In memory of Banks, Edwards, and Harmon, submitted by Estella Pierce. In memory of Pierce and Littman family, presented by Joan Pierce. In memory of Aslan McKenna McNamara, the granddaughter of Sherry Munson Caputo. In memory of Stephanie Ridgway, submitted by Bonnie and Buzz Kearney. In memory of Aaron Pierce, submitted by the Lockman and Pierce families. In loving memory of Jim and Beatrice Munson, Duke, Elmer and Elizabeth Munson and family. In loving memory of Russell and Evelyn Lockman, submitted by Elmer, Liz Munson and family. In memory of Albert L. Miller and Margaret L. Miller, submitted by Christine Miller. In loving memory of Robert C. Johnson, Jr., by the Johnson family. In loving memory of Sharon Rhubarb, submitted by Crystal Mosley and family. And I may repeat these, but I don't want to miss them. It's Warren and Linda Harmon, submitted by Dorian, and Diana Savoy, submitted by Shanna, and Ralph and Phyllis Carter, submitted by Shanna. So they're all the people that flowers are represented. Thank you.
Understand till the day he tells me why he loves me so. I can feel his hand in mine, that's all I need to know. I will never walk alone, he holds my hand. He guides each step I take, and if I fall, I know he'll understand. Till the day he tells me why he loves me so. I can feel his hand in mine, that's all I need to know.
If someone says, I love God, and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother whom he has seen, how can he love God whom he has not seen? And this commandment we have from him, that he who loves God must love his brother also.
Hallelujah. If someone has offended you, you need to say, I forgive you. Because if God forgave us for all of our sins, guess what? We got to forgive those who have sinned against us. Glory to God, because our destiny is to serve him and ready to do what God has assigned us all to do. And that is to compel those to come in and be a part of God's family. That is our job. That is our assignment. Amen?
And we say yes, Lord. Stand up and fight. We will stand up and fight. We will rise the armies of heaven. Lord, we trust in God.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over.
Welcome, ladies, welcome. Coming in behind our ladies traditional are Ladies Disco. And we welcome the female athlete, Dorothy Arena. We're our ladies Nancy. Ladies Nancy. Team division. Boys and girls featuring Serena and our nine shot Serena from the Lenape. Keep on dancing, Old Town. Keep on dancing.
So you'll actually let them off and they'll fly and come back?
My husband's a master helper. They're all trained
Okay.
to come back.
Gotcha. Would you consider rehabilitating if they become kind of like going on the extinction? Okay. And they could eventually go back even though they're active right
I mean, these guys could go in the wild tomorrow.
Okay. And they survive.
Because these are not
So, once the bird is up there, so the lure for this particular bird is a rabbit lure.
Bird show.
Now remember, I want to be able to encourage the birds to catch certain things, not just anything. You know, we focus on rabbits because it's a big animal for the hawk to catch and it provides a lot of food. So the rabbit lure is just a piece of fur sewn together nice and soft. I put something good to eat on it, I hide it in my bag. The bird follows me around. When time is right, I throw it on the ground, drag it across the ground, hit the job, and swoop down and catch the running rabbit. And I can make it difficult. I can make it challenging. When he swoops down to catch it, I'll pull it away and hide it in my bag and make him chase it over and over again until he's off to a workout. And then he gets a big meal to replace all that energy he builds muscle. But guess what? I get to do that every day. So I'm not going to be the rabbit today. Matthias is going to be the rabbit. And I'm quite sure he's faster than I am anyway. So we're going to test his speed and running ability. So what I'm going to do is put something good to eat on the lure. Now I'm using some chicken today. They get a variety of food. They have to eat raw natural food, whole food. So some days they get ground chicken, farm-raised quail, rodents. It depends. Today is chicken day. So I want to put a little bit on here because keep in mind when the birds do these exercises, no matter how simple they may be, they're not doing this for fun. They're doing it for food. They expect to be rewarded.
And that is also a reflection of nature, because they don't just fly around killing things for fun and entertainment. They do it to survive. They're just doing the job, trying to stay alive themselves, survival. Okay, Matthias, let's take a little walk over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hide the lure somewhere where the bird can't see it. We want to create the element of surprise, because when we're hunting for real, we never know when a rabbit is going to take off out from under a bush at top speed, and it will be gone in 1.5 seconds, and that bird will have had no chance to catch it. So it's important that the bird stays with us, pays close attention, and is chasing that rabbit the second it's seen. So we're going to hide the rabbit, and I think it doesn't really matter where we put it, as long as the bird can't see it. This is just fine. We'll hide it under here.
Okay, and then what do you want to be called?
So we're going to give him a second. I'm going to take a little walk around and have him bounce around a little bit and get a little exercise. And also want to explain to you how this is going to work, because you guys are going to participate in this as well if you like. But there are a couple of certain commands that the bird knows, very simple commands that I use. One is up, I yell up, move up. But the most important command of all is actually the bird's name. Now, we don't use his name in a social way when we talk to one another. I don't just call the bird's name every time I walk by him. If I did that, he'd start to ignore me. It wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't have any importance. The reason he focuses on his name is because I only use it when it's time to catch the lure. So every time he hears it, he's immediately looking for that running rabbit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you his name. And when I raise my right hand over my head, I want everybody to scream that bird's name one time as loudly as you possibly can. Everybody got that? Does everybody got that? Excellent. You'd be surprised. I know you think I'm crazy and that bird has no idea what we're up to, but when he hears his name, he gets charged up. His name is Rick. Yeah. Swallows? Those swallows with the little dive bombers, they harass birds of prey all day long. And now you wonder why they're brave enough to do that. See, they're driving him away, and that's actually exactly what they're trying to do. They're like insects to him. He just wants to be left alone. He can't chase them, he can't catch them, he's not fast enough, he's not maneuverable enough. He knows that. So now that they have been ruined everything by pushing him over there, I've got to walk over there a little bit and call him back in this direction to get him back in the game. Because those little swallows, I was here actually last evening, and we flew both of the birds, and those swallows just dive bombing. They're doing their job, they're being territorial. Ha, 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 And I don't care where he lands, I just want him to be able to see us. If he's on the other side of that roof, he's not going to respond in the same way. Remember, the visually oriented creatures, he'll hear his name, but he needs to be able to see the running rabbit to go after it. So I'd really like to at least see him come up to the peak of the group. Ha, ha, ha! There we go. All right, back where he was. Okay, before the swallows interfere again, here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Go! Go. My rabbit is on delay. My rabbit is on delay. Bang, good score. Good job. Okay. Come on, sound system. There we go. Now that the bird caught the lure, he eats the reward on the lure, and he also naturally takes a position to protect his food. He spreads his wings in his tail because he doesn't want anyone to see what he has, just protecting his meal. So, Matthias, you're going to come right over here, and you're very simply going to hold that glove up just like that, call his name. Rip. Rip. Take a step forward. Bend down a little bit. Encourage. There you go. You just got to hold that hand level. He don't want you, he wants that chicken. Come on over here. Gotta give Matthias credit. This is his first lesson here, and he's hitting in front of an audience. This is a high pressure situation. Bend down. Bend down. Rip. Rip. And realize I'm asking him to hop up to a perfect stranger's glove. Get a little closer. I'm going to take the lure. I'm going to take the lure. Level your hand, level your hand, level your hand. Right there we go. Just like that. Okay, Rip, there it is, buddy. There it is, buddy. Yep. You got a tremendous grip, both on the lure and the glove. Just keep that hand level. So I never wanted, the reason we took our time with that is I don't want to go in there and take the lure away from the bird, force it away from him. I want to treat him fairly. People often ask me, why doesn't a bird just fly away? Because he's always treated fairly, because we're partners. I treat him as an equal. He always gets a reward. I always give. I never just take. So we took our time, and I taught that bird a lesson there, because the lesson that he just learned is that a complete stranger, as long as that person is with me, is there's nothing to fear. So now he gets a reward from someone he's never had a reward from. Teddy, hop him over to you when he's done. Now, when we go out there hunting for real, now we're no longer using the lure. That just gets him in shape for the real hunt. The real hunt involves him catching a real rabbit. So that means we go out into the forest, and the bird follows from above the way he did, but he'll be going from tree to tree. And my job is to work for the bird on the ground. Basically, I have to chase the prey out of hiding, because their eyesight is very good, but they're not going to see something if it's holding perfectly still. They tend to see motion first. So my job is to make the prey move. I have to flush it out so the bird can chase it and catch it. And that's why he follows me wherever I go. You know, I'm working for him on the ground. Now that can be a difficult job. So I have some partners that help me do that job. They work for the bird on the ground. And I want to bring them out here and introduce them to you, just to show you how two very different types of animal can be trained to work together. It's these two. Tiki, come here, Tiki. Right here. I'm grabbing you before you take off. Okay, good boy. Raven? Come on, Raven. Hey! Come on, Raven. Good girl. We gotta keep our eyes on them, because believe it or not, these are hardcore little hunting dogs. And they'll run a couple of laps around this circle, but then they're gonna say, okay, where are the rabbits? And we're gonna take off to the tree line. Because what they live to do is hunt rabbits. Now, let me try to make this simple. Raise your hand if you have a dog at home. Okay. Well, simple. We all know dogs are big, wonderful pets because they're very social creatures, they're very intelligent, they're loving in nature, and so forth and so on. And they've been around through civilization for a very long time. And there are so many different breeds from all around the world. But what a lot of people don't realize is that, a lot of these dogs weren't bred to be pets. They were bred to be working dogs long ago. Specifically to do a job. They had a job, they had work to do.
You know, there's all kinds of dogs that we use today. We still have working dogs, police dogs, military dogs, canine dogs, for blind therapy dogs, all kinds of hunting dogs. Believe it or not, these two little characters are hard-working hunting dogs. They're called miniature Dachshunds. Dachshund is a German breed. Their breed began over 400 years ago in Germany to hunt game on and underground. And they are in the hound family like a bloodhound, so they have an excellent nose for tracking and trailing scent on the ground. Their noses are so good, people who train dachshunds like this to find lost hikers in the wilderness using tracks and clothing for scent. These two little characters, along with a few others we have, if you want to visit them, you can see them up there, but there's no way I was letting 5 dogs run out into the circle at one time, you know? Chaos. So their job is to use that nose to find and follow the scent of a rabbit, and they are very good at it. They will follow that scent. Their little body allows them to go wherever that game might be hiding, chase it out so that the hawk can catch it. Now I socialize and I train the bird and the dogs together at home, so the hawk is figuring out what the dog is doing. And when we get out into the woods, he learns very quickly exactly what that dog is for. And that bird will actually leave me and follow the dog. I can stand in a field like this and I can watch that bird work that tree line from tree to tree, and I know that the dogs are directly underneath him. They're working as a team to catch that rabbit. So it's a pretty amazing thing to see. Next bird. Next bird is going to be a falcon. Now this is where things get really different, because we learned about how the hawks catch a lot of rodents and mammals on the ground and so forth, and they are opportunistic. Falcons are much more specialized. Falcons, for the most part, with very few exceptions, do not live in the forest and do not catch rodents on the ground. Falcons live in the wide open spaces, and they hunt from high in the sky. Their job is to control birds in nature. They eat probably 95% birds in their diet. So they are designed differently. The Creator designed them for speed from above, not for maneuvering through the trees. They cannot maneuver and change direction very well. This is a very challenging area to fly a falcon because of all the tension, the poles, and the line. It's actually semi-dangerous. There's a little risk involved, but he is a professional. He's flown in many different areas. He tends to know what to look for. So we're going to give him a shot and see what he can do here. He'll sometimes get a little frustrated and land on a pole or on a barn. Way out in the open with no perches and nothing to get in his way, I would encourage him to stay in the air, like an aerobic workout. Rather than moving from place to place like the hawk, I want him to stay in the air and chase this lure. Now this lure is a bird lure, okay? Same concept. Exercise for the falcon, different kind of exercise for a different kind of bird. I swing the lure around and around, encourage the bird to chase it. When he comes at me, I throw the lure out to the bird. I get it as close to him as possible without actually letting him catch it. I want him to think he can catch it. But if I pull it away, he'll go speeding by and make a loop and come back, and I want him to chase it over and over again. This is an aerobic workout, like a runner who does laps. He's doing his laps in the sky. Okay, we're gonna use that as an example. You're the falcon, okay? I'm gonna throw this lure to you, and I want you to catch it with both hands. Ready? Okay. I throw it out there and I pull it away. All right. Now you throw it again. Again, you come back. I throw it out. I pull it away. And again, we do it again, and I pull it away. And sometimes I can even hide it behind my back, and the falcon might pause above me and fold into a vertical dive like he would catching a bird. I allow him to knock the lure to the ground and return to it for his reward. Everything about the falcon is different from the hawk. They don't have that long tail for maneuverability. They don't have those rounded wings for soaring and gliding. Everything about them is aerodynamic and built for speed. Ironically enough, the big movie in the theaters is Top Gun. Well, these birds are the Top Guns of the bird world. As a matter of fact, scientists who were building the latest generations of fighter jets actually went to museums and studied the skins, the bodies of the falcons to apply the physics to the building of the plane. So it's no coincidence that a falcon looks a little bit like an F-16. And I'm going to tell you his name as well. And when the time is right, I'm going to count to 3. When I get to 3, everybody shout his name, please, as loudly as you can. We'll let him test his lure and be rewarded. His name is Daredevil. Okay, put him up. You can get him going here. Now that's an Arctic species of falcon, so he looks a little different than something you might see in our area. There aren't that many species of falcon around. We have kestrels in this area, which are very tiny, little birds, colorful like songbirds. There are merlins, which are slightly larger, and there are peregrine falcons. We have a peregrine with us, but he's very much a beginner. He's still in early training. This is a gyrfalcon. It's an Arctic species. They live north of us in places like Canada and Alaska. That's why he's much whiter in color to blend into the snow and the ice of his Arctic tundra. They live all around the world north of the Arctic Circle in some very cold habitats, places like Siberia. So he's not a big fan of summertime. Luckily, it's not 90 degrees today. He'd much rather it was 0 degrees and a 40-mile-an-hour wind than a still day with raindrops coming down. But we'll see if we can get him to give us a little work. And he flaps his wings much faster than the hawk because he has to, because they are narrow. They're built for a dive. They're not built for just cruising around. What they like to do typically, well, let me put it to you this way. In the sky above us are peregrine falcons hunting right now. We just can't see them, because one of the techniques is to go as high as they can and disappear from sight. Now, we can't see them up there, but from up there, with their powerful eyesight, they can see for miles below in all directions. And when they see a bird, any kind of bird, especially in an area like this, a pigeon, a dove, something flies out over the treetops, that falcon looks down, picks out that moving target, folds its wings, and comes down in a high-speed dive called a scoop to catch that bird out of the air. The peregrine falcons are the fastest of all, and they're also the fastest creatures on planet Earth. They can clock at speeds of over 200 miles an hour in a dive. Let's see if the swallows go after him. They went after him yesterday, too. They're bold little birds, but they're smart enough to know that if they stay above the falcon and behind him when they swoop down, they will be able to catch him. Hup, hup! Let's go! We're waiting on you. Now the swallows are going to have some fun. Hup, hup!
All the swallows go to him.
So I'm asking him to stay focused on the lure when those little feathered bullets are coming at his head. I think he'll do just fine. Hup! Come on, buddy. Hup!
There he goes. Got it. Wow. Yeah, they're going.
So it's no coincidence if you look at those swallows, they're actually basically the same shape as the falcon. Very pointed wings, built for speed. They're just so tiny that they can maneuver and turn much quicker than a falcon can. That's why they're fairly safe when they go after the bird. What I'd like to do is get him to go out and come back high. But with this still air and these little birds, I don't know that he's going to do it. I'm going to see if I can pull him over this direction. Hup, hup, hup. Okay, we're going to try a little trick here. What we're going to do is we're going to call him off the way. Here he comes. He didn't wait that time. Just jump for that umbrella.
He's bad, boy.
Okay, his name is Daredevil on 3, okay? He's going up now, so this is what we want to see. Daredevil on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Daredevil! He just, wow.
He's gonna get a kid.
I got 2 of me, guys.
He'll be back shortly. Hup, hup! Daredevil, hup! Right here, buddy. He's your target.
Wow, he got it.
You got
See,
it.
you got paying attention, you don't miss it.
Everybody, I'm honored to be here today, truly. I appreciate your attention and your respect around the birds. Feel free to stop us and
it up.
Welcome to Powwow.
Real Americans.
You pedaled all the way here. We have our car show going today until 3 o'clock. We have People's Choice Award that'll be pulled at 2, and we have a cornhole corn toss. It's a great day here at the Powwow.
Bro, you probably
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sweet.
Take something off the table.
Take something.
What are you?
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, how have you enjoyed the car show?
Very good.
Good?
Excellent. Beautiful weather, great people, great times.
Good, good. Well, hopefully we'll see you next year.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out. You want me to do them? Huh?
I'm working.
All right. How did you enjoy the powwow this year?
I love the powwow. This is like, I'm so glad to have it back. It's been a
Excellent.
long time, and it's good to gather with all the family. Good
Excellent.
time.
Very good. Okay.
this is just a great year for it.
So-
Wish everyone have a successful, a great time.
Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it.
I will. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
The drama, the suspense, the glory. Who is gonna win Best of Show, Chief's Choice, Car of the Generation? We will see. In 10 minutes, we have the dramatic conclusion to the car show with the trophy presentation. Come on out and see if your favorite car won a trophy. Oh, that's another great review for the fry bread.
Absolutely
If you
delicious.
have not had the fry bread, you're doing the powwow wrong.
Yes, you are.
Okay, well, we were waiting for you.
Absolutely delicious.
Was delicious?
Yes.
All right.
Always wait for it.
Hello, we're here with Logan today at the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape Indian Powwow. Logan, what did you enjoy the powwow first of all?
Yes.
Okay, and Logan, what was your favorite thing that you saw at the powwow today?
This.
And what is that?
It's a gecko recorder.
Wow,
Gecko is my favorite animal.
Oh, awesome. And would you mind playing it for me today?
Yeah. All right, Mom, can we run back to the car for water? Do you want me to do a beat? Not a beat, but like do one of my songs?
Yes, please. That'd be great.
One or two?
You can do one for me.
All right.
There you go. No.
Very good, Logan. All right,
I
so
accidentally skipped some parts.
we hope to see you next year at the powwow. All right. Thank you very much. We're here with Lily today, and Lily just finished looking at the powwow at the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape Powwow 2022. And Lily, what was your favorite thing with the powwow?
I definitely liked watching the dancers.
Dancers? What did you like about the dancers?
I just loved how beautiful their outfits was and how amazing they were.
Okay. And did you see any types of crafts that you liked today?
Yes, there were so many beautiful beaded jewelry, necklaces and earrings and rings. They were all very beautiful.
Very good. So you had a really good time?
I did.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lily, for coming. I hope you can come again next year.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you.
All drivers for the trophy presentation. All drivers, all of you. Our first category, the pre-1930s.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Love it. Love the truck. Love it.
Thanks for coming out.
No problem. Don't want to run over anybody.
Dio! Hey, Dio! Look, what are you doing?
65 in Tala here. That was the highest selling.
Thanks for coming out.
According to this mountain.
Thanks for coming out.
I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Nanticoke Lenni Lenape Tribal Nations Powwow and Car Show, Day 2, 2022. The Native Power Hour has been made possible by a grant for the National Endowment for the Humanities, Sustaining Humanities through the American Rescue Plan, in partnership with the Association of Tribal Archives, Libraries, and Museums. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and catch our next episode with tribal artist Denise Ashton Dunkley. And again, my name is Linda Little Bright Star Jackson, and I will see you next time on the Native Power Hour. Wanishi.